Jaren was the standout guy for the team, but what about you guys? Like Joe, who stood out to you in the mini camp there in Vegas?
Well, it's hard to get away from Cade Cunningham, who, as we all know, is the guy not on the team. But he was just so breathtaking with his performance on in the Friday scrimmage. Steve asked Jamal Mosley, who coaches the U.S. select team that Cade's on, to use Cade as though he was Luka Doncic to get ready for the Slovenia game, which is actually coming up here on Saturday. And Cade just dominated. There wasn't anybody on the floor for Team USA who could stay in front of him. He got to the rim. He was great in the mid range. He was moving it all over the place. Like he was running the high pick and roll with Jaren Duran and Jalen Williams, and he was awesome. So, you know, that's not really. I mean, it is an answer to
No,
your
that's a guy
question
who stands out. Yeah.
he was involved in camp. But when I think about this 12, Jaren's one, but then I think about the depth at the point guard position. Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton are very different, but wow, do they complement each other? And Halliburton is moving it all over the place. He had 12 assists against Puerto Rico, and then before that, he was just moving it at will against the select team, and they really like that coming off the bench. So I'm going to say very positive movement by both point guards.
I will. I want to point out, you wrote a piece that kind of answered the question that was on a lot of people's minds. I thought Cade Cunningham should have maybe made this team. And it feels a little presumptive, but we need some big guards. Like you mentioned, potentially running into Luka Doncic, and this Greece team also has a couple guys who have some size, but it's a load management issue. He's had this shin issue last season. They don't really think he's quite ready to be ramped up to that type of competition. I mean, is this something that we're going to be seeing with Cade Cunningham that goes into next season, where maybe he's slated to be on a load management schedule for the year?
Yeah, I think so. I just that's the way the NBA is trending anyway, and so I don't expect him trying to play 82 or even 75 games. I mean, I think they're going to be cautious with him as they continue this rebuild. So, when you think about him with Team USA, like he looks, I mean, he hasn't played in front of anybody who's watching, since before the surgery. So to see him look like that, you just had to wonder. But he told me that he wasn't quite ready to be fully engaged in all practice, all travel, all the time. And those 12 guys are. So in fairness to his rehab and in fairness to Team USA, he just thought that he would do the select team. But the fascinating thing is that they offered him a spot anyway. That they said,
Wow.
that they wanted him on this team. So that it shows, I think, what they think of him in general, and then also like he's definitely got a future in red, white, and blue.
Yeah, I mean, playing for the select team is a good first step to playing in the Olympics, and I'm sure we'll see him in at least one, maybe a couple.